Hi, welcome to the Lemonade Talk podcast. Today is June 27th, and it's a it's a citywide holiday.
What's your name?
Hey guys, I'm Cece.
I'm Alyssa.
Okay, but it's still June 27th.
That's the date.
And it's a citywide holiday. Well,
what
statewide.
Where we
or
from?
Down south, or we're from Houston.
Houston, Texas, H-Town, Screwston, Texas.
Okay. So yeah, it's a very, very, very popular day. A lot of people like to what do they like to do today? Listen to Screw all day. That's what's
drink
on the radio all day. Screw music. Today is not DJ Screw's birthday. It's D-Mo's birthday. That's his friend. I don't know him. I don't know DJ Screw. But the mixtape, let me briefly tell you about it. So June 27, 1996. How many years ago was that?
Bitch.
Over 20, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it 96?
23 years ago?
Okay, great. So he dropped this mixtape. It is, I think it's like 50s. It's a very long mixtape. And it goes on and on and on and on. But it's the most popular mixtape in Houston. It's more popular than the Mo City Done Freestyle, according to this 97.9 article. Now, I don't know who they asked, but that's
your
what
source?
They say. Yeah, like, who did y'all ask? Oh, but it was 23 years ago.
That's right. Okay, I can do that.
The freestyle is long. It is so long. God bless his soul, because DJ Screw is like long gone and his mixtape is still here. Legacy. Let me see how long this mixtape is. I know it's long because it's 35 minutes long.
Damn.
That's a long time.
Was it just him on it, or was it multiple HUC members on it?
I just know it's a tape. It was an actual tape, and it was a side A and a side B.
Right. So HUC is Screwed Up Click, for those of y'all who don't know. It's like kind of like a rapping group or duo, whatever. Not duo, but a rapping group, kind of like Young Money, but Houston, Texas for our people.
Right, and it's really cool that DJ Screw made a song for his friend D-Mo, because it clearly states in the song, that nigga, big ass Mo, chilling with my partner named D-Mo.
Okay.
It's on his birthday. We coming through.
Okay.
In a truck is a nigga named Screw. Man.
Bars. So, on that note, so what we're going to do is celebrate June 27th. We're going to pop in the instrumental. Go ahead and do a quick little freestyle. So I'm going to get that started. We're going to have C start it off. So let's go.
Man, hold up.
You gotta wait for the beat, bitch. Get into it. Hit the Hold up. Hit it, C. Hey.
I'ma come down, cause I like to clown.
Hey.
I come from H-Town.
Okay.
And I don't go down.
Oh, that's a lie.
I like to eat pizza because it's my favorite dish. I don't like to cook, but I ain't no hook. I'm about to go and pass you the cook.
Okay. I'm gonna help on the beat though. Wait, I know. I gotta catch the beat.
Cook.
Hold up. Wait. I'ma pass the cook. Read a fucking book. Write a cookbook. Cause my name is Snook. I don't know. Rapping off the dome. Don't know what I'm saying. Man, I'm coming down with C and we slaying.
Slaying them braids. Cause we like braids. We don't know why we like braids. We like braids because we ain't wearing no fade. I ain't wearing no fade because I ain't got no braids.
Hey.
I ain't got no braids because I ain't wearing no fade. I ain't got no head because I ain't going to jail.
Okay.
I ain't going to jail because I like to selling in the beach.
Okay.
I ain't got no feet.
Ain't got no feet. Boys on the street. walking down the street like a whole old bissonette. I don't know what the fuck where that shit came from. That shit off the top, man. Hold up, we're gonna bring the beat back. Hold on, wait. Wait. We gonna start over.
No, I think it's great.
That's it? You wanna keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring that beat back.
Okay.
Bring that beat back.
Okay.
Cause I like to snack.
Okay.
On food. Cause I ain't no food. My favorite food is pizza.
Okay.
I like pizza.
What kind? That bitch like that chicken with the Alfredo spinach on that plate. I'm just trying to say though, pizza is the state. Fuck. I fell off. Let me hop back on. Wait.
Hop back on that whole thing.
Pizza is the snack.
Hold up.
This shit is not as easy as people make it seem. It's very difficult to freestyle. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, who is always killing the fucking freestyle, but I'm trash and I know it. We gonna let that go. Alright. Dog.
That was great. I was just getting into it.
Oh, wow. I cannot stop smiling. That shit is fucking hilarious. Man, okay.
Hold up. No one seen.
Okay, no, I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Alright, so we are here to talk about relationships, do's and don'ts of dating, goddamn. So, mind you, okay, we are both single. We are not in relationships. So, take everything we say with a grain of salt. But at the end of the day, these tips and these things that we are about to say may possibly be the reason that we are single. And it may be the reason you are single too. So, I cannot stop laughing. We are going to just hop up in there. And as always, we are taking topic suggestions via email. Send us a lemonade letter to lemonadetalkpodcast@gmail.com. This is something that we actually discussed briefly with the Truckcast podcast. Shout out to DB and Humvee. We were talking about this a little bit when we took over they shit a couple of weeks ago. So we're just gonna hop right into it, see? So before you start dating, let's say a dude hop in your DMs, what are your do's before you start to date?
Be a friend.
Okay.
That's about it for me.
Okay. But let's say before you even get his number, exchange numbers, we're going to do what?
What are we gonna do? Check the whole facts?
Check the whole facts, okay. What does that mean? What's checking his whole facts? What
I would do is go on truepeoplesearch.com.
Okay.
Because sometimes the Google doesn't work. You gotta go to an actual website. Truepeoplesearch.com is really good. When it first came out, it was really good. But now, it's a setting on there where you can take all your information off. But that's great. The yellow pages, if you do like a reverse search, that's great. But yeah, I'll definitely check him out. I'll go on his Insta. I have several of my loved ones passcode for their Insta's account. So I'll like go on his Insta.
Secretively.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't really like Instagram.
So for me, something kind of similar. I'm definitely going to check the whole facts. I am going to his page of whatever social media he is hitting me up on, or whatever social media that I may have seen him on or can find him on. I'm gonna go back, look at some pictures, look and see maybe if there was a female on the page, see some kids or whatever, just kind of peep it out, see if you are traveling, if you have a job, if you seem like you don't have too much to do, if you got a lot of time on your hands.
So do you bring it up?
It depends on what the situation is or what it is. If it's not brought to me organically, or if he says he's single but he posted that he was on a date with, Susan 2 days ago, like, I'm gonna say, hey, like, who is this? Who's this chick? Like, is this your girlfriend or what's up? Oh, I'm just talking to her. Oh, okay, cool, because I'm just talking to him too. So it's no big deal. But, whatever it is, just make sure that, it comes out.
I never tell people who I'm talking to.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that I do that also, but like if it comes out like, oh yeah, I talked to multiple people. Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Likewise, something like that.
Right.
So, what there was something that we both came across on social media. It was like an excerpt from some book. Not really sure what the book was, but it was a dating rule or tip rather. And it said, date multiple men at once or date multiple people at once. No ring on your finger means you are free to mingle, which means if you're not married and you are not fully committed to someone in that manner, it is best or recommended to date multiple people at one time because there may be somebody better out there. You never know.
Right. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
I know I don't. And then you got to have options. Don't just... The first guy who showed you attention, don't just, oh my God, I love him. Or
right.
Don't just because y'all had sex, you feel like you have to work everything out. No. Use a condom. Keep it moving.
Wow. So, according to New York Post, they have like some, I guess, contradictions to like the old quote unquote dating rules or things like that. So we're just going to kind of read a couple of them. So basically what we just said that we read before, dating multiple men at once. The old rule was date one person at one time.
No.
Mm-hmm. The new rule is there could always be someone better out there. So you have apps like Tinder. I don't know about that one. I've never tried that one. You have apps like Bumble, Match, Christian Mingle, whatever your thing is. But obviously put yourself out there, catch as many eggs and put them in your basket
and
at the same
go
time.
Out. If you just go
You're
out.
just dating, having fun.
Yeah, go out. Don't go out and just like, oh my God, I got to meet somebody. Go out to actually enjoy the environment and enjoy the vibe. That's what I do.
Right. And it says, old rule, steer clear of text. New rule, text away. Just keep them in check. And don't overdo it. Remember that humor and tone don't always come through in a text. So, what's your opinion about that? Like, what you think about texting? If you never have a phone conversation with somebody.
I don't have a problem with it, but eventually we're going to have to talk.
Right. See, me, back in when I was, like, dating, which was when I was way younger. I don't know. I haven't really dated much as of my current age, but I always connected to people better by talking to them verbally, which could be, like, on the phone, caking for hours, or in person, just sitting somewhere talking for hours or whatever. Because with me texting, my attention span is a little short for that. So sometimes like I just can't keep up, or I might have saw it but I forgot about it. Then I'm gonna go do whatever is in front of me. So I'm more of a visual learner or whatever, like that type of thing. Like something that's visual or in front of me is going to capture my attention way more than something that I can read or look at or whatever the case is. So
in the beginning, I don't mind texting.
Right. I mean, it's not an issue like that about texting in general, but don't simply only text me, never call me. Like, I need to hear or desire to hear somebody's voice. Like, that means, or like, a lot to me. Like, that makes a difference for me. So, I want to hear your voice. Like, you ain't got to call me every day. Don't FaceTime me without no notice, unless we that close. Just FYI. But a phone call at any time is cool. It's cool. And of course you let you know, I can't talk right now, whatever the case, that's fine. But don't only limit me or box me into just simply texting in that type of courtship or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, texting, I don't know why I'm stuttering, can be misconstrued.
Right.
You could be in a great mood and then somebody read your text and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, because you forgot to put a LOL. It got taken the completely opposite way. Like the intention was completely gone.
But this day and age, people like texting. You can actually tell how dumb somebody is too by texting.
That is true. The next one says, old rule, guys pick up the check. New rule, chivalry is different but not dead. So what do you feel about like dating or in a relationship, like splitting bills or checks for dates? Let me not say bills in terms of like financial responsibilities in the home. I mean like y'all going out to dinner, this is your fourth date. Like, are you expecting the guy to pay for everything, or are you pitching in at some point?
The fourth date I may pitch in, but not the first.
What about the second and third?
Probably not the second.
So for me, I It just depends. I definitely am not paying for the first date. Like, unless I asked and I initiated it. But most of the time, if I initiate the first date, it's probably gonna be something that I ain't gotta pay for anyway. So that really wouldn't make a difference. However, like if it's some free shit or something super cheap and it's food involved or drinks, obviously you're gonna want him to like take initiative to do something. But there was this one time, this relationship I was in, we went on our first date and we had went to Chili's. This was a while ago, and something had happened. Like he had left his wallet at home, or on like a legitimate accident, or something happened with his account, and like when it was time to pay, he couldn't. And you know how you could tell if somebody bullshitting or somebody faking or whatever. But just me in general, at that moment, I felt like the energy, and from this person I could tell it wasn't no bullshit. So I paid for the first date, and he told me he'll never forget that. Like he could tell I was a real one, and that's like why we ended up like together for like a pretty while, a long time or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, like I don't have no problem with that. And what the fuck was you gonna do? Wash the dishes? Like, is that shit a real thing? Like, if you can't pay for your check, what really happens?
Oh, I don't know what really happens.
I don't either, but I don't think washing the dishes is sufficient. But yeah, so the next one says, old rule, men make the first move. New rule, Moxie works for ladies too. And Moxie is like what? Like initiative or just whatever. We can look that up later, but whatever, context clues. So obviously women these days should and do. I know I have shot my shot before.
Yeah, you should always go after what you want.
Like if you know what it is that you want, go get it. Like don't expect for it to come to you. That's in any aspect in life. If you want it, go get it.
Right.
So
and if you don't like it, leave it where it says.
Exactly, that's a word. So and it says, this is the last one we're gonna read. The old rule, playing the waiting game, and the new rule is waiting to reach out is lame. So that's like if you went on a date with a guy, you met a guy out and you got his number or whatever, y'all both exchange numbers. You know how dudes do now. I'm gonna give you my number, so if you're really interested, you're gonna hit me up. If you really are interested, don't wait 3 days and play it cool like the little shit we used to do when we were younger or whatever. Like, hit that nigga up. Text him later. You made it home safe? Okay, cool. I'll hit you up tomorrow. Yeah. Like, just say something. Stop being a pussy about it. Like,
I agree.
It's completely unnecessary for you to just wait that shit out.
Don't be too overbearing.
Yeah.
Just be just a short little text.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think when you do give too much in the beginning, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what do you have to look forward to? Or it could be overwhelming to somebody. Like it turns them off. Oh, this last one we definitely gotta read and we gotta talk about. It says, old rule, no sex until the third date. New rule, test out the chemistry as soon as you feel like it. And it says, if there's not an immediate spark, you're wasting both of your time. Now listen, everybody knows when you meet somebody, especially females, especially speaking for my damn self, when I meet you, there's like, oh damn, like, or he look good, or damn, like this conversation is kind of like arousing the fuck out of me. I would have sex with this man. You know when you meet somebody if it's gonna go there or if it could in your mind. So if the chemistry works for you, like if you feel like the shit is right, fuck that nigga. Like that's your business. Like nobody can put a label on there, and you're not a hoe for going after what you want. Like if you're doing this shit every day with different men, okay maybe you're a hoe at that point. But if it's like, you know, this shit happened or it felt like it was right, and this one guy or this, you know what I'm saying, whatever, like then I don't see the problem with that. We know somebody personally that had sex with somebody on their first date and they got married within a year or within a couple of years. So, like, shit happens. Like, whatever works for you, works for you. Don't have nobody put no goddamn time clock on your sex life. Shit. So.
I've actually had sex on a first date.
Mm-hmm.
We were together, like, 10 years.
Several years after that, right?
Maybe 9.
Yeah.
And I'm so young. But I met him when I was really young. And then it's happened again, and, like, we're good, but we're definitely not together.
Okay, that's okay. That's your man friend, and that's your situation. That's what you chose. So it's not like you got put into that box. It's because you set that box and those boundaries for yourself. So
we good. We'll be in a relationship eventually, but right now we're friends.
You doing what works best for y'all.
Yeah, no titles.
Exactly. So
single and ready to mingle.
Your options are open.
Yeah.
You're dating. You're dating. You're not in a relationship. And that's okay. So when you, so that's the dudes before you date. We talked about that. Checking the whole facts, little things that you guys, dating tips. Okay, so let's talk about once you are into the relationship, y'all are dating, things are getting semi-serious, or just even in the beginnings, what's some important shit that you need to make sure that you are not closing or turning a blind eye to or whatever. So that's obviously paying attention to the signs. If you feel like something is wrong, if the energy is off, it's just some shit that happened, or I didn't like the way he talked to me that day, or I didn't like this or that and the third, like, let that nigga go, move on. It ain't for you. Like, don't just be like, oh, okay, well, maybe just this one time, let me see if he do it again, or whatever. No. Like, move around. Like, if you feel in your heart that shit ain't what's up, that shit ain't working for you, let that nigga go, move around, let that female go, whatever. This goes for both ways.
Read. You can Google signs that you're not in a healthy relationship.
Right.
And the Google will tell you, because no, it will. Like, if he's constantly giving you criticism, like, just move around. He should.
Or what you could do different, or what you could do better. I get what you're saying.
Or if you tell him how you feel and he's just shutting you down.
Right.
Like, pay attention to signs. Honestly, I know this may sound crazy, but men just don't start beating you. It's like little things that happen, and then you just look over it, and then it's 9 months later, and you're trying to figure out, where did you get here? And then how did you get here, rather? And then you're like, oh shit, this is how I got here. Yeah. You just have to nip it in the bud. Be strong. Don't lose yourself. Know your self-worth. I know it's easier said than done, but it's possible.
What you just said ties into something that I read online one day, and it says, any relationship you have that could get ruined by having a conversation about your feelings, standards, and or expectations wasn't really stable enough to begin with. Now that's some true shit. Like, if there's a problem with what we got going on, and I'm trying to come to you and tell you, listen, I have a problem with this, or I'm feeling like this, that, and the third. If I'm afraid to do that, or if I do that and it's not perceived well, like, I don't want to talk about that, or this or that, and another, like, obviously it's something wrong. There's an issue if we cannot properly communicate and talk our feelings out.
What that guy told Carly, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what he said.
We were watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta the other day.
I don't give a fuck what you think. Whatever you say.
Yeah, Carly Red and her fiance Mo were in therapy with Dr. Drew, and she was like, he tells me when I tell him about how I feel and my feelings, he said, I don't give a fuck about what you think or what you feel. And Dr. Drew was like, is that right? And he was like, yeah, I said it. And he laughed. Like, if you feeling like that and you can't speak your mind, and when Dr. Drew was telling the lady to talk about how she felt, she got sick to her stomach and threw up in the middle of the fucking session. Like, if you got that much anxiety, you can't talk around your significant other, you can't express how you feel, like, bitch, that something wrong. That's the whole ass red flag. Don't marry that nigga.
Yourself. I mean, I know it's so many people that don't want to be alone, but being alone is way better than being
with somebody and unhappy. Shit.
Hell yeah.
Being alone ain't that goddamn bad.
It's not, because I'm really happy.
I do what I want. I'm good. Shit. Like, whatever the fuck you want to do, you good. Do shit. Do you. Like, it ain't that bad. Like, don't be pining and too goddamn uptight to be with somebody. This shit ain't that deep.
Right. I actually read this article that said single childless women are the happiest. And they actually put black. And I just felt like, okay, yeah, I am happy, but I feel like it's propaganda to keep us unmarried and no kids, but whatever.
That could be shit. That's another topic for another day.
Right.
We gotta touch on that. So, shit, what about don't doubt yourself? So, there's something else we had read. Believe me, rather. The quote says, believe me, he knows your worth. You're just not what he wants.
Right.
So.
And I know that for a fact. If he wants you, he will let it be known.
Right.
Or he will at least try to compromise.
Right. That goes hand in hand with like, okay, you setting up something and you want to meet up with a dude or you want to do something with a dude and he ain't never got time for you. He always busy, always got something.
That's because
people make time for what they want to make time for. He is not making time because he does not want to do it. Don't keep pressing that nigga. Move around.
Right.
Let it go.
Because if they want to do it, they will. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
If she wants to do it, she will. If he wants to do it. But a lot of times we put the ball in the men's court.
Right.
And we sit there and wait. And we wait on this one guy. And while you're waiting, you could be dating multiple.
Right.
And then you'll meet that one that wants to do it.
Exactly. He's going to do it naturally because he wants to do that. And you're going to, like, he's going to be everything you wanted number one to be. And that's what it is, shit. So don't doubt yourself. You are enough. You are amazing, sis, or my brother. You are everything that you need to be. You are everything that somebody else out there wants. So don't doubt yourself. So how C was saying earlier that somebody is going to be like, make you feel like, oh, you know, or criticizing you or always giving you advice or whatever, unsolicited advice of what you could do or should be doing different. Don't doubt yourself. You know yourself. You're amazing. Know your worth. You know what it is and move on from there. Like, don't doubt yourself based on somebody else's judgment of you. Nobody else's opinions matter about you to yourself. Like, just leave that there.
Another don't would be isolation. If he's continuously isolating you from family and friends, that's not a good one.
Yeah, that's true. Like, for what reason don't you want me around anybody else that cares about me or that loves me? Like, you afraid that other people getting my attention is going to take my attention away from you? Like, what is that even about? Like, that shit is weird as fuck.
And be confident. Just be very confident. And be patient. Because somebody in the Bible, Ruth, Boaz, I don't think she met him. She was 93.
Shit.
Yeah, she was old, honey. So just be patient. And I could be very wrong. And I can really Google this. But I know she was old.
Close enough, honey. Close enough.
She read about it. I mean, she was praying about it.
So another don't would be is to don't sacrifice your happiness. Like, if you are in that situation, that relationship, whatever it is, if you feel like whatever you're doing or that situation is not making you happy, then that's not the situation for you. Don't ever limit yourself. Don't ever make yourself seem like you're less than. Don't diminish yourself to make anybody else feel better about themselves, about anything. If you got a man, touching back on Carly Rae and Mo, he was like, I need you in the house at 2 a.m. Your curfew is at 2 a.m. Well, what happens at 2:01? Dr. Drew asked her, and then she started crying. Like, listen, if
what?
you are,
I want to know what happens to her.
Exactly. Like, if you are not confident enough in me, in our relationship and what we have going on, that you don't trust me out past a certain hour, out in general with my friends or whomever, like, then something is wrong. If me being happy makes you uncomfortable or feel less than or gets a rise out of you, then it's an issue. So let that shit go.
And I mean, if you do get caught up in these situations, it's okay to leave.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You can leave.
Shit. I mean, I can understand how sometimes people might feel like it's hard for them, especially if they've been in relationships, this particular relationship or situation for a minute, or there may be some type of verbal, physical, emotional abuse of some sort. There could be like some type of hold on you, and we understand that. We know that every situation is not the same, and the shit is not easy for everybody. But
and people change.
Right. People, it is possible, but people have to want to change. Change just don't happen overnight, and change is not something that's going to be easy. Right. You can't force nobody to change. You can't force no man or no female to do something or become something that you want them to be. They have to want to do that shit themselves. Until then, it's not going to happen. So
Right.
So, what else? So, let's see. For the fellas, some tips that we have. The Lemonade Chicks to all men in the United States of America, here are a couple things that we have to say that will help you longevity wise from a female to a man. Goddamn,
right?
Like,
please
these
listen.
are some things that we need y'all to understand that's going to keep your relationship going, keep your female happy, which in turn is going to keep you happy. Goddamn, keep the same energy. Whatever you do to get that female, whether it be good morning text, whether it be spending quality time with her, a day here or there, whatever, like just giving her a lot of communication and talking and just being there for her, whatever it was that you got this woman with, keep that same energy. Niggas always, men always get comfortable and switch some shit up. You always changing something. Just because it's broke don't mean the shit can't be fixed or whatever the fuck that saying is. Like, the shit works. Like, don't just let it go. Keep that shit going. Like, don't just leave her just to be like, oh, well, I miss these days or this and this and this, or we don't do this anymore. You causing problems for yourself, bro. So keep the same energy. Whatever you did to get that female, keep it going. Ladies, the same way. Ladies, if it's something that you were doing with this man, don't lose sight of what you had going on for that man. But I'm gonna get back to this because this was strictly for the fellas. We're gonna talk about that other stuff later.
Don't start anything you don't plan to finish.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and you can keep it simple, stupid. That's funny.
So what does that mean? So keep it simple. That just basically means like, okay, you don't have to take me
too much.
Yeah, you don't have to take me to Ruth Chris every weekend. But you can. But if you can't afford that, then don't just be out of your budget, dating outside of your means. Goddamn, like we could spend quality time together. Like, let's go to a park and walk around if it's not hot in the bitch. Like, let's go walk around a museum that's free on Thursday. Like, it's so much shit you can do in Houston. It's so much free shit. It's so much cheap shit you could do. Like, everything doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg, especially for two people. Shit can get real expensive. You ever try going on a movie date these days and buying refreshments? You're gonna spend $20-something on them tickets and $35.58 for some popcorn. Just the popcorn. Like, like, we understand shit gets expensive. It don't have to be like that. You can have your bitch like me who gonna pack the snacks in her purse. Like,
I mean, anybody should do that.
Exactly. I saw a video of this man teaching his son how to smuggle in a bag of Skittles under his shirt, and he was like, I got you. The little boy was like, what? The shit was the cutest thing ever. But like, damn, keep the shit simple. You don't have to like go hard all the time. Like, just keep it simple. Spend quality time with that woman.
You can even go to your local grocery store and buy some flowers.
Yeah.
And have a nice little note.
You know what's sexy than a bitch? I ain't never had nobody do this for me. But like, talking about something like thinking of a meal together. Okay, this is my favorite meal. Or, I want to learn how to make this. Let's go to the grocery store together. Buy these materials. Go home and cook this meal together. That's I don't know about you, but that sounds sexy than a bitch to me. Like, that's some shit that I would be interested in.
Ring a bell.
It's not enticing you. Well, that's something that I think would be like really hot. Like,
see, I don't like to cook. I would prefer I come home and it's already cooked. And you clean up.
Yeah.
But see,
well,
don't listen.
Everybody is different, and that just goes to show you that.
Simple.
Yes, and then what else? Communication. God damn. Communication is key. Just keep a line of straight to the point, honest communication with that woman. Talk to her about everything. If you running late, send a text. If you running later than late, call that woman and let her know you're running late and what's going on. Like, if you don't care, okay, just tell her you don't care. God, like, honestly, women these days, especially us, like, honestly, respect a man who can communicate, who can verbally express his thoughts, his feelings, his emotions, express his needs, desires, wants, what have you. Like, that shit goes a long way if you communicate with that woman. I promise you'll get along. You'll have the easiest relationship if you just talk and keep it 100 with that person. Like, that's it. That's it.
And I know communication is hard, but if you try, you can get some brownie points with me.
Exactly.
And when I say communicate, I don't want to know all your business.
Right. We're not saying go into detail about every little thing about your life, but if it affects me, like, just call me, text me, say something. But don't just say nothing and expect that shit to be A1. Like, think it's going to be okay by the time you show up or by the time I hear back from you. Like, that's some bullshit. If we have a situation set up where we check in, like we both going out, we both gonna check in with each other, make sure each other straight at 12:30. Like, if you say you're gonna do that, do that. Like, something, like, don't set up an expectation also and don't follow through with that shit. If you tell me you're gonna do something, do it. Like, be a man of your word. Like, that's some bullshit. If that is the lamest fucking thing in the world for somebody to say they're gonna do something and don't do it. That's some really lame ass shit. Like, if you're not gonna do it, don't say you're gonna do it. Don't set up that commitment.
Is this personal?
No, bitch. I'm just saying, like, in general. Like, don't say you're gonna do some shit and I mean, it could be personal, I guess. But, like, don't say you're gonna do some shit and then just don't. Like, that's bullshit.
Or maybe, like, if you can't come through with it, you, like,
communicate.
Like, hey, I can't do this. Communication is key.
Everything.
Like,
literally.
Communication will make 2 go to a 10 or a 7. Like, oh, he's so sexy. He know how to.
That nigga know how to communicate.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna give him some head later. Like, you just don't understand what communication means to people. Like, shit.
And then you have to understand when a woman or man is loved properly, it's no telling the benefits that you will receive.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I like that.
Like, love is, I know relationships are hard and it takes 2 people that try, but I mean, if you are willing to communicate, don't sacrifice your happiness, it is a-okay.
Yeah. So we came across a question on Facebook that says, okay, women, would you pay for his babysitter to go on y'all first date? And this came up because I guess there was some women that have the expectation of a man to pay for her babysitter for the first date. What are your thoughts on it? I know you don't have kids, but, like, what do you think about that?
I just don't feel like, why?
Yeah. I feel like
you want him to pay for your babysitter
and a date.
And your date?
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of crazy. Now, I mean, like, okay, we're dating. We're like date 6, and I'm just like, oh, I can't make it. I don't have a babysitter. Oh, we'll call the babysitter. I got it. Okay, sure, but not the first date. Like, once you have a rapport with somebody, yeah, like, call the babysitter. What's the balance? I got it. Wow, thanks. Like,
I just think the first date, that's very unrealistic.
Yeah, that shit was crazy to me too. Oh my God, set expectations, ladies. Like, it's not, it's, and guys too. Like, you know what you want. Don't let that shit falter. Don't settle for less than what you want or what you feel like you want. Now, we understand people's standards and desires and
are different,
and they may be a little excessive. However, if that's how you
like
feel, that's how you feel.
Paying for a babysitter for the first date,
right?
That's stupidity.
Or not talking to a girl if she don't have pretty feet, or not talking to a guy if he a little chubby, or like shit like that.
Well,
like,
that's like younger, like, yeah, you don't know any better.
That's basic dumb shit. But, like, important shit, like, he has to, if you don't want to date a guy that has kids, okay, like, that's your personal opinion. You know, like, how important that is to you. You know how that really feels. Like, then don't let that shit slide, because if you end up falling for this guy and he got kids, and you know deep down in your heart you don't like fucking kids, like, you know this shit is not going to work in the long run. So don't even set yourself up for that type of failure.
Right. It's okay to just keep it moving.
Yeah.
I'm just keep it moving.
So what are some afterthoughts if you've been in this relationship or this situationship, or you are dating these people and it doesn't go well? Like, the shit ends. What happens?
You leave. Life is too short to be anything but happy.
Exactly.
You leave. It doesn't matter if you have kids. It doesn't. I was always taught never get into a relationship you can't afford. So I'm gonna always be in a predicament where I can leave if I'm unhappy. I'm never gonna be stuck.
Any relationship, any type of situation.
I'm never gonna be stuck. I know never is like, don't say never.
Right.
I'm not gonna be stuck. Like, even if I get with a man and he wants to pay all the bills, I'm gonna have a savings.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna have to completely change my lifestyle because he left. So I would just say, at the end of the day, if you're unhappy, leave. I know you're supposed to stick it through, and you listen to Betty White or whatever her name is, and your mama told you to be a ride or die.
Having a piece of man is better than having no man.
That's some bullshit. It's no reason why you should have to go through rain to finally get your rainbow. No. You can get your rainbow without the rain.
With the jams today.
I'm just saying, because I just see so many black women teaching their daughters the wrong stuff, and I be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You don't stick it out. If you unhappy, leave.
Right.
Like, no, I just feel like it's better for I don't have any kids, but it's better for your child to see you happy than crying.
That is true.
Because then it'll be just a repeat cycle. The cycle has to stop somewhere. So why not have it stop with you?
That is true. That is a whole word right there. Wow. Man. So, shit. Okay, quick question to hop back in on that. On the afterthoughts and what you do if the relationship is not working out. Quick question. Do you block them from social networks? Do you stop talking to them? Do you block their number so they can't communicate with you? Or you just letting it go and whatever it is what it is?
I don't block. I like people to see me living my best life. But I have this one person, and I had to tell him, if you contact me one more time, I will block you.
You gotta let him know ahead of time what
it's gonna be. He has not contacted me. But I had to nip it in the bud, because before he went to jail, he was harassing me constantly on my page, calling me through Facebook or whatever. And I was just then one day it just stopped. And I was like, oh, Lord, thank you, it stopped. But that was so tiresome. Constantly deleting stuff off my page, it was too much.
Yeah. It's a whole job.
Yeah, it was just so tiresome. And then, right when I was about to block him, it stopped. I used the Google, found out he was in jail for 2 years.
The Google.
I was like, oh, look at God. Now he's out.
That girl said he in jail for 2 years. Look at God. Oh, my God.
Girl, he works. Oh, now he's out. He's back calling. He's through Facebook. And he has left messages on my page, which I have deleted. And I just went and said, hey, if you don't stop, I'm going to block you. And then I noticed he was leaving messages on people I don't even talk to anymore page. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, as long as he ain't on my page. So, I guess sometimes when they're a little mentally unstable, they probably need to be blocked. Mm-hmm. But I personally like for people to see me live in glory. I don't know. And then normally I'm the one that they block me.
They blocking your ass.
Yeah. Every guy, the last few years, they have blocked me. I am completely blocked. I have to use someone else's page to see what they're doing. And I'm like, dang, you're in a whole nother relationship and you're still tainted by little old me? Unblock me.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm a real ass bitch.
Okay.
Give a fuck about it.
Okay.
I'm joking. I have a big heart, but I don't know.
Wow.
I get blocked all the time. Oh my gosh. People block me all the time. I'm for real. I get on Facebook. I be like,
your ass be doing
nothing.
People always think you the sweet, innocent, quiet one. Your ass is more of a fucking savage than me. People just don't think it. No. I promise.
Men block me, and when I was dating a lot, It's tiresome, so I stopped.
Block left and right.
Yes, I was always blocked. I get on somebody's page, I be like, damn. And then it's like connection not found. So I be like, shit, I'm blocked again. And they block me where I can't leave messages or nothing.
They do the full block on your bitch.
Yeah, they block me. Like, sometimes I get blocked with text messages, and they have it where send me a text right back.
Oh.
I be like, what the fuck?
I've never had none of that happen to me. Mm-hmm. You are terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm the one that gets blocked, and I don't do nothing.
That's very informative.
It sends you a text message right back.
What did it say?
It's like, it's not an error code. It tells you this number has you temporarily blocked or permanently blocked.
What?
Yeah, it's like a whole little code.
That must be a Google phone or some shit.
It gotta be.
Because I ain't never seen that on no iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they doing it through their actual phone company.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got that message several times. I remember one guy I was dating. I think his name was Anthony. I don't remember him. I don't remember his name. He got my ass blocked. He got me blocked, my sisters, my mom. I was like, damn. And then another guy. I think his name was...
What did you do?
I don't know.
But you know what I liked about him in terms of dating?
Yeah,
I never had this happen to me yet. Mm-hmm. But this guy will call her and be like, hey, get ready, meet me here at 7.
I love that.
That shit was so hot to me. Like, that was so sexy. I was like, oh, bitch, I need one. I want one of them.
I love that.
I want a man to be like, hey, get ready, 7:30, meet me at Grand Lux or wherever we going. Like, that shit is so
great.
Sexy. I have
he used
not
to
had
send
that
me the
happen.
address.
Don't even know where you going. You gotta look it up.
I had to look it up. That was awesome.
Give me tingles in my spine. That shit is sexy.
It was great, but I'm blocked now.
Shit happens.
I'm blocked. And then it's the other guy that we were going on dates all the time too. We went to the gun range. Mm-hmm. I'm blocked too.
Maybe because you be making them really feel something, then your whole ass just be like, whatever. Legit real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga. It's how you be acting. I know you personally, so I know that's how you be acting. They just be like in their feelings, and they just don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, men in their feelings are horrible.
Oh my God, we talked about that on the Truckcast Takeover. About who's more emotional or who's more dangerous in their feelings, a man or a female. And obviously, the men disagreed with us. We both felt like the men are more unstable and they're more emotionally and can't really communicate their feelings worse than a female can. And DB was like, a female, if you upset a female, she gonna be trying to stab you. And I was like, yeah, well, at least you know, or it's to be expected. But a man and his feelings are completely unpredictable. You never know what's gonna come next with a man who's deep in his feelings and don't know how to control that shit. I done been called fucking 65 times back to back to back because I didn't answer the phone or because I just choose not to talk to a person briefly for a period of time because you acting crazy like that. Come on now, calm down.
65 times, and how long? How long was it?
Like 10 minutes. Yeah, like a short period of time. And my phone was on Do Not Disturb, and that shit just kept lighting up. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that is crazy. That shit is not okay. No bueno.
So is he blocked or is he not?
Right now, no. Unfortunately, I cannot block this person right now because I have to, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, he gets blocked every now and again, though. Whenever the spirit leads me to block his bitch ass, whenever the ancestors say, sister, block him, sister, then I go ahead and put the block on. It's time. Like, right now is one of those times that he's probably going to be blocked for a few days, and we'll just unblock it whenever the ancestors tell me it is time.
Yes.
So, shit, it is what it is.
Unblock.
And I don't give you no notice that your ass unblocked. You're just gonna send a text message and get a random reply one day. Like, that's how it's gonna be.
Right.
Man.
Absolutely.
Well, I enjoyed this episode. I had a good time. What about you?
I had a great time, and I hope you guys heed all warnings.
Yes, take heed. Remind you, we are both single. and we are not in relationships. However, by choice. And these are a few things that can help you in your singledom or relationship.
Actually,
adventure.
It's a lot of things that we learn too from previous relationships, or learn from our mistakes.
Right. That is
because
the fact.
What's the point of living if you're not learning?
Right.
So you won't make the same mistake twice.
That is true. Yeah, you dropping some gems tonight. You better come through, Ayanla. All right.
Girl, you tripping. But just communication is key in every
type of ship
you're in.
Friendship, relationship, partnership, situationship, shit, fuck buddy ship, whatever.
Yeah, just communicate.
If you got a fuck buddy, you start getting in your feelings, make sure you let them know so
y'all can decide what y'all
gonna do. Shit, like in any ship, communicate. Goddamn.
Yeah. If it's too much, communicate. If it's not enough, communicate. Just communicate. And I just hate how, communication starts at a young age. And, I think it's because a lot of us, when we were younger, we told kids to sit down and be quiet so they never express how they felt. And I just think it's so horrible. Like, when they're kids, they're learning. And then when they become adults, you're like, why the fuck you can't tell me how you feel?
Yeah.
Because I was always told to sit down and be quiet.
Same thing with crying. It's big girls don't cry or little boys don't cry. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
cry. You're taught to not cry. Shit, I told a kid that today. It's okay. Big girls don't cry. Stop. Like, you got to think about that shit. If I'm suppressing everything, then what the fuck? When is it okay to cry? Like, I need to get this out. That's crazy.
Recently, I just realized that, my grandmother, I didn't realize she was doing that to me, but she would always ask me, how was your day? And I used to be aggravated. Like, why the fuck she asking me this? But now it's like so important to ask people, how was your day? How are you feeling?
But they say check on your, check on the independent friend or the friend that seemed like they always got it together.
Right.
Or the friend that got kids because they not okay. Shit. Bitch, check on me. I be going through it, okay?
Yeah. And I'm guilty of not sending a text like, how are you doing? But
everybody
when I get a text that says, how are you feeling today? I'll be like, I feel good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Well, actually, this is how I really feel. And then that's just how the conversation works. But, just communicate.
That's it. Bottom line, goddamn. Communicate. So,
well, thank you guys for tuning in.
We want to say thank you to our 32 live viewers on this week's Lemonade Talk Tuesday.
How many?
32.
Whoop, whoop.
Y'all don't understand. Our very first live, how many was it? 7?
Yeah.
7 live viewers, and every week it has progressed and it has gotten larger and larger. And that shit may not sound like a big number, but that honestly means the world to us. That is and so amazing.
It's like 30. It's not like family members or people.
Yeah, it's like people we don't know, random followers, or people that we are acquainted with but don't really talk to. Like, it's not people that were like, hey, we finna go, like, you know what I'm saying? Not like supporters because they are obligated to. It's genuine supporters because they're interested in what we have to say and the content that we're producing, and that shit feels so good.
It feels great. The thing with me is we have been podcasting for a little over a year. Well, not a little over a year, but over a year. And we just started doing it together, podcasting together recently. But before, when we would podcast and do a live or whatever, it was never many viewers. So I wasn't expecting anywhere in the 2 digits. Like, so, thank you. My goal is to one day be famous off of podcasting or something. Like, I feel like Lemonade Chicks will go far.
Yeah. So we just want to say thank you again to you guys.
And I just babbled on.
It's okay. Go to our YouTube page, like and subscribe. If you come across our episodes, there's the share button on every single platform, so you can share that with a friend, a family member. If you like what you listened to or like what you heard, share it with somebody. Have them check us out. Follow us on Instagram at Lemonade Talk Podcast. And that's it.
And send your lemonade letters.
Yes, please. You don't have to submit like actual stories or questions. Like you can send us topic suggestions, what you want to hear us talk about. Send something. You're doing great. Uplifting message.
Or you can say you're doing horrible. Just
any feedback is accepted, whether it be negative or positive. We're gonna learn and grow from it.
I'm gonna laugh.
We're not afraid to receive hate mail.
But we're not asking for it.
Right. But you want to tell them what we're gonna be doing this weekend? Where we're gonna be at?
This weekend we will be at
Saturday. We'll be at
some events. Saturday is a movie event.
We're in our first movie, girl.
Yeah, we're in our first movie. Actually, I don't know how much or how little.
Right, we haven't seen it,
so I don't know what to tell people.
Right, we recall recording, but we don't know what it looks like edited, if our parts are in there or not.
Yeah, because there was so much going on at the time, and it was very impromptu. And then I don't really want to promote it because it was under a different name, and I'm really indifferent about it until I see it. Now when I see it and I love it, of course I'm going to be like, yay. But support him. His name is Jeff Shelley. It's called
Trouble in the Jones Family.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's funny because he's hilarious. But I don't know how big or how... The part is small, but I don't know how small it is.
Right.
So... And that's great. I believe it's at the U of H Center.
Mm-hmm. Tickets are on his page at Jeff Shelley, SHELLEY. If you want to get a ticket on his Eventbrite or whatever, it's only $20 for you to go check out the movie premiere this Saturday.
Yeah, but you can check his page, and all the information is on there. And then Sunday. Is it Sunday?
Yeah, it's Sunday. We'll be at the Single in the Loop podcast live show at Spivey's. And we'll be doing Sunday Fun Day at the same time. So, multi-purpose.
We're supporting them.
Supporting and having a good time all on our own. So, we will be there. Shout out to you ladies, Lark and Nina. We will be there to support you ladies on Sunday, 12 to 3. And you can go to their page at Single in the Loop to get tickets if you want to go to that.
Yeah, and they're both very exciting events.
Yeah, so y'all will see the Lemonade Chicks out this weekend. If you see us, say what's up, say hey, just
or
something.
You can bark. You can bark at me. I like the little doggy bark.
When you get into that, that's when it's time to close some shit up. So thank you guys for listening. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
For listening.
And we will see y'all next time.
And happy June 27th.
Yes. Oh, and upcoming 4th of July next week in case we don't have an episode until after that. So, bye.